Hello, YouTube. We're back for Joseline's Cabaret episode 2. And there's not much going on this episode. It's pretty slow paced. The girls are still going through the audition process. Now, this episode starts where we left off last week, where Raven was on the floor. I hope that's it for Raven and Black Diamond. Like, if you get disrespected like that, that's it. Don't come back, honestly. I know I wouldn't come back. So Jocelyn goes back inside and we're at the one night only auditions. There's some interesting characters that definitely stuck out to me, but I just wanted to mention the amount of athleticism that it takes to be a stripper. It's not valued like I think it should be. I've only been to the strip club one time, but I was amazed at like all the flips and the tricks that the girls can do. I remember this one stripper so vividly. Like she was upside down. She was hanging on the pole upside down, and her feet were touching the ceiling. And she just stayed there for like a long time while still dancing. I'm not a dancer myself, but I consider myself like a dance enthusiast. I love watching dancers and anything dancing. So, like I said, we saw some interesting characters at the auditions. There's this one girl. I'm interested in seeing more of what she can do. I'm still not completely sold, but some of the main cast members were already clowning her. Let's see how it goes. I like this girl with the fire in her boots. We still haven't got her name yet, but I'm a sucker for that type of stuff. I like theatrics in my dancing. Then we have this girl. She reminds me of Blueface Barbie from the Atlanta season. Just a lot of like, I can't dance, but I could show off my body. And then the next girl, she kind of reminds me of Jordan from the Vegas season. The editors cut it so we really couldn't see these girls dance, but maybe next episode they'll show us some more. And Jocelyn just had to say that little bit about not picking these girls because they're white. I know she got a lot of flack the previous season for not having dark enough girls, which it's like what Jocelyn said. If she can only pick the girls who audition, so if it's lighter girls that are the only ones showing up to these auditions, which not in this case, but if that was the case before, then that's all she can do. But I'm over this whole skin color race conversations. Let's dead it because it's not valid. So these are the girls that Jocelyn picked from her memographic memory. It's a lot more girls than I expected. Plus, also Ballistic and Melissa got to pick some girls too. It's gonna be interesting how she will manage all these girls. Because even though there's another round of auditions, she said she wants to pick about like 15 or 17 girls, which at that point is a whole circus. So I want to see how she's going to come put all these girls together, all these personalities together, and make sure that they're like dancing in sync. I like this scene where Jocelyn is talking to Ballistic about the whole Raven situation. Like I said in my review for episode 1, Jocelyn doesn't even know what possessed her to choke slam Raven like that. That was insane. In the previous seasons, Jocelyn has never slammed somebody like that. She would like grab him by the hair, put him on the floor, but never Bruce Lynn a whole person. Next, the main cast is in the van. I don't know why Yummy will let Zeus put her in the van with these girls that are trying to attack her. It just wasn't a smart idea to put her in there to begin with. It seems like Miss Natural is going to focus on just fighting Yummy all season, in which I'm here for, like I said. I remember in season 2, Miss Natural couldn't fight Yummy back then because she was on probation and like was in some sort of like custody battle over her kids. So I'm assuming that's done and over with. And then Wet Wet jumps in. And I know a lot of people are just like, why would she jump in? She doesn't know Yummy. But as Wet Wet is like talking about the situation, I understand what her point is, even though I don't agree with it. But her point is basically last season, Miss Wet Wet is like was one of like the smaller cast members, but she fought like 4 girls in one night and she held her own. So she just feels like it's only right if Yummy also does the same, which I don't agree with that mentality. Like if I did it, you should do it too. But I do think that if you started something, you have to finish it. So you have to face Miss Natural with that same energy that you had when you attacked her. But Yummy takes out her blade, and then Zeus security guards just start to escort her out, which they should have never put her there in the beginning. But now she's in the dressing room with the other girls, and She's telling her story, which we've heard a little bit about in Atlanta, and she's still giving us that same story without really adding any more detail. But hopefully, like one day, whether on social media or on the show, we'll get the full story because I still want to hear her story too. Then we get this girl who's getting a lot of camera time, so that only tells me that she's going to be like a main part of this season. We still don't know her name, but she does give Gaia vibes. She's already talking about voodoo. I feel like this girl and Yummy are gonna get along just fine. We then cut to the main cast in the strip club. Then they start talking about some of the girls they've already seen. And in true Daisy fashion, she was obsessed with looks in season one. That's what got her a lot of trouble. And that's just what she does. She still cares about looks, even though she can't dance, even though I feel like she doesn't belong on the show. That's just her main purpose, is just to look good, and that's it. So she's obsessed with other girls looking good too. Then the girls start talking about this whole sapiosexual stuff going on, and they're flirting with each other, which this moment is really cute. They start filling up one another. And I'm curious as to what you guys think about this whole sapiosexual conversation, because I feel like that finding someone who you could connect with mentally, or like finding someone's mind attractive, I feel like that's the whole point when dating. I wouldn't have thought that there's a separate term to describe that. Does it make sense what I'm trying to say? Like when I date someone, of course I'm dating them for their minds. So I don't know. Is there other types of dating? I would like to hear what you guys would say about that. And did you notice how the lighting changed from like this romantic red to like a sensual purple while the girls are flirting? I don't know if like the production is, doing that in real time, but if they are, kudos to Zeus because they're paying attention. So in this episode, we finally meet Ricardo, which I'm excited about because we finally have a choreographer on this dancing show. It also looks like Jocelyn learned how to say choreography, which is really disappointing because I miss choreography. But now we got memographic, so I'm not familiar with Ricardo. I haven't seen him before anywhere, but I'm glad that he has a hand in picking some of the girls and that he's going to be there teaching them and giving them some choreography to do. We're starting to see more of the dancing, but I have beef with the editor because these shots are so zoomed in. I'm not getting the full dancing, and I'm happy that Yummy's back on the pole because, like I said, I think she's the best dancer. Her pull work is incredible, but she can't walk around this entire season afraid of Miss Natural. I like how Zoo security were actually concerned about her well-being until Jocelyn shut it down. And then we get Miss Natural just being her goofy self. I mean, she really is gonna fight Yummy, but she's a clown for doing all this taunting and stuff. But before we get into Miss Nitro and Yummy, we have Lucky leaving, and I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. It just makes no sense. I don't think she was looking at Jocelyn any type of way. And this is just like an ego thing that Jocelyn is doing temporarily. But we'll see. I'm not looking anything up, so don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it for me in the comments. What I don't like is that it looks like Lucky was about to fight somebody on the way out, but the editors didn't show us that. They just completely cut her off. Now, Miss Natural might be goofy, but you could see in this shot, just her face, like she is serious. Like that is true anger on her face. And I know she's talking about therapy helping her. Is it really helping her? I don't know, maybe, but not right now. Now we can't see the full thing clearly, but Miss Natural definitely gets some hits in on Yummy. So I'm satisfied. I can rest easy now. I don't know if Miss Natural is gonna rest easy for the rest of the season. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Now on the previews for the next episode, we get this girl again. She's going to be a problem. I just know it. And at least she has Yummy by her side. If anybody tries to jump anybody, it'll be more of a fair fight, I guess. I don't know. But Yummy is right. Like, stop talking about that voodoo stuff. This is not the show I want to learn about voodoo. And you just shouldn't be saying that stuff around strangers that you just met. Some people are going to laugh it off as a joke. Other people are going to take it seriously. You just don't play with that. Here goes Ms. Wet Wet swinging on Yummy. Now, what? Why? Why did she do that? And Yummy's down to fight her. Like they're both equally sized people. So it's not that Yummy doesn't want to fight. She just wants to fight people her own size. Makes sense. I agree with that. But at this point, I think Wetwood is just, she might be looking for more camera time because there was just no reason to swing. So there you go, guys. Like I said, episode 2 wasn't really eventful. It's more like a filler episode. We still don't have the names of the new girls. And I'm not really gonna look at the blogs. I know some blogs already have the new girls up and their names and stuff. I don't want it spoiled for me, so I'm just gonna wait till next episode. Hopefully we'll get a more formal introduction to these girls and get their names and get their personalities. But it seems like they're already not getting along in the car and in the house. I want to thank you guys for watching my last video and this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you for episode 3.